What is up, YouTube? Today I am sharing a really special review with you about a hardware wallet that I think is really going to change the game because it can hold all of the ERC20 tokens that exist on this planet. So guys, we're going to go through that review and how to set it up, and I'm going to be giving one of them away at the end of this video, so stay tuned. Let's hash it out. So guys, like I said in the intro, I have a very special review today. It is for the Kasse hardware wallet. The Kasse hardware wallet has been created by HyundaiPay. HyundaiPay is a new subsidiary of the Hyundai family of companies in Korea. And yes, that is the automaker Hyundai. Now, what HyundaiPay is trying to do is work with and connect up technologies like blockchain, IoT, artificial intelligence, etc., to make the world a better place. The first product that they've developed is this Kasse hardware wallet, which is a really capable ERC20 and other cryptocurrency hardware wallet. Now let's talk about the wallet itself. I think the first thing everyone's curious about is how much does it cost? The Kasse wallet only costs $89. So it's a really solid deal. That's cheaper than the Ledger Nano S, cheaper than the Trezor, cheaper than KeepKey. So yes, it definitely is a really affordable wallet, and you can buy it in the US with no problems. Let's talk about the design. The design of the Kasse wallet is also pretty nice. In my opinion, the build quality is solid. It's got solid glass. I think this whole rim here is aluminum, and the buttons feel pretty solid as well. I will say the only two things that I have a problem with are that it is very small. I have relatively large hands and it's a little bit difficult to press the buttons sometimes. And the screen is also really tiny. So, there's not a lot of information that you can print onto the screen, and that's one reason why I like the KeepKeys, because the screen is pretty sizable and you can see more on that screen. But those are super minor things, and it doesn't really get in the way of the usability of the device. Now guys, stay tuned throughout the rest of this video to learn how to set up your device and to find out how you can win one of your own, because I'm going to be giving at least one of these away, maybe two. Let's see how things go. Stay tuned for that. Now let's talk about the coin support. So this is where the Kasse wallet truly shines. The Kasse wallet is indeed one of now only 2 wallets with native ERC20 support. And if you haven't seen my video about ERC20 tokens, check that out in the YouTube card above. But what this means is that the Kasse wallet, without having to connect to any external service like my Ether wallet, you can store any ERC20 token that exists. And that's huge, because rather than exposing your private keys to a tool like my Ether wallet, you can do this all in your Kasse hardware wallet. So if you own a lot of Basic Attention token, or you own a lot of Augur, you own a lot of Geonosis token, you can have that all on one hardware wallet. And that makes things a lot easier for you if you want to, buy, sell, trade, move things around. You know that everything's secure on your wallet. And the Kasse wallet is truly a differentiator in that way. And besides ERC20 tokens, the Kasse wallet also supports Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold, Dash, Litecoin, Quantum, Ripple, Zcash, HDAC, and they have plans to support more currencies going forward. So I really do like this Kasse wallet for that coin support alone. It's pretty awesome. They've also taken some really solid steps on security. So the Kasse wallet is CC/EAL 5+ certified. And what that basically means is they've gone through from the hardware level and software level and gotten certification. Now, one security feature that I think people have not been talking about enough for hardware wallets is having a firmware update PIN number. And basically, when you physically lose your hardware wallet and if someone picks it up, hackers can access it by reverting firmware to an old version and then using a backdoor to get in. Now, what that means is all the security updates that you've made on your hardware wallet are kind of rendered useless because they can go backwards and revert to an old version. But what HyundaiPay has done is they've created a separate layer of security for just firmware updates. So when you set your PIN on the Kasse wallet, you create a PIN to access the device and send transactions, and then you also create an update PIN. So if someone tried to get into your device, if they had it physically, and they tried to revert to old hardware, they need your PIN number to reset that firmware. And that's good news, because then a hacker's only option would be to wipe the device completely of your configuration and start from scratch, which means your data is secure. This is a feature I think all hardware wallets should be introducing. It's super, super, super important that even if you lose your device physically, that it's not easy for anyone to get in and revert your hardware and steal your coins. In terms of your passphrase, you can support any BIP 39 12 to 24 word seed phrases, so that's pretty industry standard. 12 words is enough, 24 words is also great, but that's up to you. You can configure that however you like. So guys, now that all of that is said, let's discuss how to set up this device and how to get started using it. So let's go ahead and jump over to the computer, and I'll get a camera going on the device and I'll show you step by step how to set this up and what you need to know about getting things updated and getting started using the device. Let's go. All right guys, so the first thing you gotta do obviously is open the app on your computer and plug your Kasse wallet in so that it starts to boot up. So then you're gonna go ahead and press this right-hand side button, and it's gonna say it's requiring a PIN generation. So then what you're gonna do is hit that little check side, and then you're gonna go ahead and enter a PIN. It's gonna require you to enter a minimum of 4 digits, and you can enter a maximum of 8 digits. So I recommend going between 6 and 8, that's probably the most secure. You're gonna go ahead and punch that in as you like using these buttons. Obviously, if I wanted to do all zeros, I could do that, but otherwise you're gonna press the left button to go up to the letter you want, then that button to go next. So let's go ahead and punch in a PIN code. I'll do that off camera, and then we will come back. So then once you have your PIN code submitted, you're gonna go ahead and see this screen that says new PIN code complete. So you're gonna go ahead and hit that check with the right button, and on your computer, you're gonna see click OK to move to Coin Wallet installation. You're gonna click OK. And then you're gonna have to download and install the wallet application on your desktop. So you go ahead and click download, and it's saying do not disconnect. So you're gonna go ahead and see check and reset device changes. While that's downloading, just kind of let it be, let it hang out, and let it install. We'll check back in once it's done on the computer and on the device. Okay, we are good to go. Click OK. Then you're gonna be prompted for a firmware update. So you're gonna go ahead and do that as well. So to do that, you're gonna go ahead and disconnect your Kasse wallet. You're gonna hold down both buttons at the same time. So I'm holding down both buttons, and then I'm plugging it back in. And then you'll see that is setting it up in the firmware upgrade mode. Then on your computer, you're gonna go ahead and hit that download button, and it's gonna update the firmware. You'll see on the screen, update in progress. That means you can just leave it to hang out. Go ahead and let this update, and we will check back in once it is done and set up our wallet. So once the download is completed, you're gonna go ahead and see that your Kasse is updated by having this little nice scrolling Kasse name on the screen, and on your computer, it's gonna say, remove the Kasse wallet, restart the application, click the OK button to finish. So you're gonna hit OK. It's gonna close the app on your computer, disconnect the Kasse, replug it in. You're gonna see it boot back up, reopen the wallet on your computer, and then we can move on to creating our wallet. All right, so we've got the application open. I'm gonna hit this right button and enter the PIN that we set when we first set up the device. So then once you've entered your PIN, you're gonna see this option to configure your wallet, whether you want to do it new or recover an old wallet from another hardware wallet device. Now next, you're gonna have to set up the firmware update code and update to the latest internal firmware. So you're gonna go ahead and click Setup Now. You're gonna then enter a firmware update code. This is extremely important. This is the security feature we talked about earlier. Make sure you set it to something that you will remember. You enter it twice and you're good to go. You'll see the wallet show up here. So now we're gonna go ahead and press both buttons to continue. I'm gonna hit Create New. Do you want to add a passphrase? Now you can do this to add an optional passphrase to send transactions. If you wanna do that, go ahead and hit the check mark. We're not gonna do that just to save time in the tutorial here, but I recommend you do so. You can do that with letters, numbers, etc. Super, super simple. We're gonna skip it in this tutorial. Again, I recommend you do this when you set yours up, and I'm gonna add one after this video. So we're gonna go ahead and record our recovery words, set the number that you want, and we're gonna choose 24. So there's the first word, and I'm gonna record these off camera so that they are nice and secure. So guys, I've gone ahead and written down my seed word phrase, and it's gonna give you this message that says it's unrecoverable if you lose your seed phrase. And you guys all should know this by now, but be sure to record your seed phrase safely, write it in pencil, put it into a seed phrase security device like the Steely. I'll link a video above about that. But it's gonna ask you to press both buttons to continue once you've recorded that safely, and you wanna confirm your recovery words. So it's gonna ask you to enter a certain number of words from your list, and if you've written them down correctly, you'll have no problem doing this. So let's do that real quick and we'll come back. So to choose the word on this list here, it's gonna ask you which word exactly is it in the number 13 spot. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. You just click the right or left buttons to scroll. So once you enter 3 words correctly in the order that they were on your seed phrase, you're gonna see verification is complete. Hit the right button, check, and it's gonna say creating a brand new wallet for you. Now you've successfully created a brand new wallet within your Kasse device. Hit the check button and you are good to go. Once you've done that, you're good to go. You can go here on this application here, scroll through the different available coins. Now, just to let you know, if you want to take advantage of the ERC20 support, you've got to create an Ethereum wallet. To create an Ethereum wallet, all you've got to do is click on the Ethereum button here. It's going to synchronize your wallet, create you something new. If you see an error that pops up that says your versions are not synchronized, disconnect your Kasse wallet, close the application, you're good to go. Everything will work just fine. Sometimes the update doesn't register quite well unless you disconnect first. You'll go ahead and see this ERC20 tab up here. This will show all of your ERC20 tokens. Obviously, this is a new wallet, so I don't have any. But if you want to search for different transactions that have been sent, you can click that transaction button there and it'll show your Etherscan for your address. Obviously, there's nothing here, but if you want to send an ERC20 token to this wallet, you just have to use this Ethereum address. It's standard across all ERC20 tokens. They'll all show up here in your transaction history. Super simple. If you want to see a tutorial about sending ERC20 tokens over to this Ethereum address, I am happy to do that. Just let me know in the comments below if you're interested in that tutorial. So guys, what do you think about the Kasse hardware wallet? Let me know in the comments below. And I'd also like to know how you'd like me to run this giveaway. If you want me to run this on Gleam, I'd be happy to do that. We can run it on Instagram, or we can just do it in the YouTube comments below. Let me know what you think, and I will check those comments, and then I'll do a follow-up video about the giveaway. So guys, I really hoped you enjoyed that video about the Kasse hardware wallet. It's a pretty exciting new product, and I have a feeling that this is not the last offering from the Kasse team from HyundaiPay USA. I'm pretty excited to use this, and let me know in the comments below what you think. Check out some of my other videos right here in the YouTube cards, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.